Chinese Taipei is the name for the Republic of China agreed upon in the Nagoya Resolution, whereby the ROC and the People's Republic of China recognize each other when it comes to the activities of the International Olympic Committee. It has been used by the ROC as the basis when participating in various international organizations and events, including the Olympics, Miss Earth, Paralympics, Asian Games, Asian Para Games, Universiade and FIFA World Cup. The term is deliberately ambiguous. To the PRC, Chinese Taipei is ambiguous about the political status or sovereignty of the ROC, Taiwan. To the ROC it is a more inclusive term than just Taiwan, and Taiwan China might be construed as a subordinate area to the PRC. Origins: the increased official recognition of the People's Republic of China in international activities, such as when accorded recognition in 1971 by the United Nations, instead of that accorded previously to the Republic of China, saw previously existing diplomatic relations transfer from Taipei to Beijing. The ROC needed to come to a beneficial conclusion to how it would be referred when there was in the same forum participation by the PRC. The International Olympic Committee had informally been using in international Olympic activities a number of names to differentiate the ROC from the PRC. Taiwan was used at the Tokyo Games. In 1979, the PRC agreed to participate in IOC activities if the Republic of China was referred to as Chinese Taipei. The Nagoya Resolution sanctioned that the Beijing Olympic Committee would be called the Chinese Olympic Committee, and another name would need to be found for the ROC Olympic Committee. The majority view of the ROC leadership at the time was that they did not want to change. Taiwan might imply without China or Chinese being in the name. Subordination to the PRC did not represent all the regions, islands of the ROC, and did not give the ROC an opportunity to assert when wanted a claim to territory outside of the ROC. What people refer to as Taiwan is one of several areas or islands, and Taiwan alone did not reflect the territorial extent of the ROCOC. Furthermore, although it is true that most products from free area of the ROC are labeled Made in Taiwan, the trade practices of the ROC are such that the regional area of production is used for labeling. Some wines from Kinmen are labeled Made in Kinmen, just as some perfume is labeled Made in Paris, and not Made in France. Taiwan's own government, the ROC government under the Kuomintang, rejected the designation of Taiwan, China, on the grounds that this would imply subordination to the PRC. However, it also refused the names Taiwan and Formosa as a means of reasserting both its claim as the only legitimate government of all of China, and its uncompromising rejection of Taiwan independence, instead deriving from the name of its capital city. The ROC government finally formulated the name Chinese Taipei instead of accepting the offer of Taiwan, because Chinese Taipei signified an uncertain boundary that could exceed the ROC's actual territory of control of Taiwan, Penghu, Kinmen and Matsu, whenever the ROC government wished to assert it. It regarded the term Chinese Taipei as both acceptably neutral and hopeful of assent from other interested parties. Its proposal found agreement. Beijing accepted the compromise position that the ROC Olympic Committee could be named the Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee. In April 1979, in a plenary session of the IOC, He Zhelang, a representative of the PRC, stated, "According to the Olympic Charter, only one Chinese Olympic Committee should be recognized, in consideration of the athletes in Taiwan having an opportunity to compete in the Olympic Games. The sports constitution in Taiwan could function as a local organization of China and still remain in the Olympic movement in the name of the Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee. However, its anthem, flag and constitutions should be changed correspondingly." In November 1979, in Nagoya, Japan, the International Olympic Committee, and later all other international sports federations, adopted a resolution under which the National Olympic Committee of the ROC would be recognized as the Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee, and its athletes would compete under the name Chinese Taipei. The National Olympic Committee of the ROC boycotted the Summer and Winter Games in protest of not being allowed to use the Republic of China's official flag and national anthem. The name Chinese Taipei was formally accepted by the government of the Republic of China in 1981. A flag bearing the emblem of its Olympic Committee against a white background as the Chinese Taipei Olympic flag was confirmed in January 1981. The agreement was signed on March 23 in Lausanne by Shen Qiuming, the president of Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee, and Juan Antonio Samaranch, the president of the IOC. In 1983, National Flag Anthem of the Republic of China was chosen as the anthem of the Chinese Taipei delegation. The Republic of China has competed under this flag and name exclusively at each Games since the 1984 Winter Olympics, as well as at the Paralympics and at other international events. Translation compromise. Both the Republic of China and the People's Republic of China agree to use the English name Chinese Taipei. This is possible because of the ambiguity of the English word Chinese, which may mean either the state or the culture. In 1979, the International Olympic Committee passed a resolution in Nagoya, Japan, restoring the rights of the Chinese Olympic Committee within the IOC. Meanwhile, renaming the Taipei-based Olympic Committee Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee. Since then, and until 1989, the PRC translated Chinese Taipei as Zhongguo Taipei, similar to Zhongguo Hong Kong, connoting that Taipei is a part of the Chinese state. By contrast, the Republic of China government translated it as Zhonghua Taipei in Chinese, which references the term China as the cultural or ethnic entity, rather than the state. In 1981, the former Republic of China Olympic Committee confirmed its acceptance of the Nagoya Resolution, but translated Chinese Taipei to Zhonghua Taipei. In 1989, the two Olympic committees signed a pact in Hong Kong, clearly defining the use of Zhonghua Taipei. The PRC had been observing the Hong Kong Pact and using Zhonghua Taipei in stipulated areas ever since, but on other occasions, the version of Zhongguo Taipei was still in use following past practice, especially in official media references. In the London 2012 Olympic Games opening ceremony, when each country's team proceeds in alphabetical order in English, the Chinese Taipei team did not follow China, but instead took a place in the procession as if its name were Taipei or Taiwan, following Syria and preceding Tajikistan instead. In Beijing 2008 it followed Japan and preceded the Central African Republic. This ordering was based on the stroke number and order of each team's name in simplified Chinese, the official script in the PRC. Other East Asian nations have also had to make unique translation decisions. In Japan, the PRC is referred to by its official Japanese name Shuka Jinmin Kyokoku, but an English transliteration, Chinese Taipei, is used for Chinese Taipei. Use of the name. The name Chinese Taipei has spilled into apolitical arenas. The PRC has successfully pressured some religious organizations and civic organizations to refer to the ROC as Chinese Taipei. The Lions Club used to refer to the Republic of China as Chinese Taipei, but it now uses the name of Taiwan MD 300. Both the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank refer to the Taiwan as Chinese Taipei, and Taiwan does not appear on the member countries list of either organization. The ICSU also refers to the Republic of China as China Taipei, right below China Cast. The Republic of China is a member economy of APEC, and its official name in the organization is Chinese Taipei. It has also participated as an invited in the World Health Organization under the name Chinese Taipei. It is the only agency of the United Nations that the ROC is able, provided it is invited each year, to participate in since 1971. In the Miss World 1998, the government of the People's Republic of China pressured the Miss World organization to rename Miss Republic of China 1998 to Miss Chinese Taipei. It has been competing ever since under that designation. The same happened in 2000, but with the Miss Universe organization. 3 years later at the Miss Universe pageant in Panama, the first official Miss China and Miss Taiwan competed alongside each other for the first time in history, prompting the PRC government to again demand that Miss Taiwan assume the title Miss Chinese Taipei. The contestant in question, Chen Szuu, was famously photographed tearfully holding her 2 sashes. Today, neither Miss Universe nor Miss World, the 2 largest pageant contests in the world, allow Taiwan's entrants to compete under the Taiwan label. In 2005, the 3rd largest pageant contest, Miss Earth, initially allowed beauty contestant Li Fanlin to compete as Miss Taiwan. A week into the pageant, however, her sash was updated to Taiwan Rock. In 2008, the official name for the ROC was changed to Chinese Taipei. The title, Chinese Taipei, leads some people to believe that Taipei is a country. During the 2004 Summer Olympics in Athens, while Chinese and Taiwanese news channels referred to the team as Chinese Taipei, most foreign outlets simply called the team Taiwan. For sporting events, the ROC team is abbreviated in Taiwan as the Zhonghua team, which, in effect, labels it the Chinese team. Starting around the time of the 2004 Summer Olympics, there has been a movement in Taiwan to change all media references to the team to the Taiwanese team, and the mainstream Taiwan television is one of the first Taiwanese media outlets to do so. Such usage remains relatively rare, however, and other cable TV channels currently refer to the ROC as the Zhonghua team and the PRC as the Zhongguo team, the China team or the mainland China team. In the 2005 International Children's Games in Coventry, United Kingdom as well as the National Geographic World Championship, the name Chinese Taipei was used too. Chinese Taipei was also the term used by Major League Baseball for the Taiwanese teams that participated in the 2006 and 2009 World Baseball Classic competitions, competing under the Chinese Taipei Olympic flag. The Little League World Series also refers to the Taiwanese teams as Chinese Taipei. Other alternative references to the Republic of China. References used in the international context to refer to the Republic of China or Taiwan differ according to the type of the organization. Separate Customs Territory of Taiwan, Penghu, Kinmen, and Matsu. The World Trade Organization officially uses Separate Customs Territory of Taiwan, Penghu, Kinmen, and Matsu for the Republic of China, but Chinese Taipei is frequently used in official documents and elsewhere. Taiwan international organizations in which the PRC participates generally do not recognize Taiwan or allow its membership. Presently, the ROC is recognized by 21 UN member states and the Holy See. Thus, for example, whenever the United Nations makes reference to Taiwan, which does not appear on its member countries list, it uses the designation Taiwan, Province of China, and organizations that follow UN standards usually do the same, such as the International Organization for Standardization in its listing of ISO 3166-1 country codes. Certain web-based postal address programs also label the country designation name for Taiwan as Taiwan, Province of China. Intergovernmental organizations use a variety of terms to designate Taiwan. The World Organization of the Scout Movement is one of few international organizations that continue to use the name of Republic of China, and the ROC affiliate as the Scouts of China. This is because such scouting in mainland China is very limited or not really active. Likewise, Freemasonry is outlawed in the PRC, and thus the Grand Lodge of China is based in Taiwan. Countries that maintain diplomatic relations with Taiwan, especially the ROC's older diplomatic affiliates, also refer to the ROC as China on occasion. For example, during the funeral of Pope John Paul II, the President of the Republic of China Chen Shui-bian was seated as part of the French alphabetical seating arrangement as the head of state of China, between the First Lady of Brazil and the President of Cameroon. Other non-specified areas. Taiwan is technically categorized in the United Nations population projections as other non-specified areas within East Asia.